Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. You got the super team of sports talk here with y'all. On one half of it, Diego Baryshnikov, the black Dominican Russian. Checking in with my main man, my partner in crime, the 6 foot and under post up champ. Tell these people who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A in AA Sports, broadcasting live on a Tuesday. And I am feeling the wave of that comeback with my Carolina Panthers on Sunday. What's good?
Bruh. Let me tell you. And I text you and told you, good win. But I had all the smoke waiting for y'all.
I know.
Tonight.
Bruh.
First 3 quarters, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Because we getting shut out. Oh, my God. Yeah, I knew it was coming. I was going to get barbecued. And you know who was going to get me? Kane and Ice. Yep. Shout out to you boys. Shout out. See, I didn't barbecue you on Twitter. I ain't do none of that. No heel turns. But shout out to you. Good game. We got it done. Good game.
Yeah, y'all definitely pulled that out y'all ass, but we'll get into it here in a second. Again, good people, we appreciate y'all checking in with us. Again, those of you guys that watch us on the YouTube channel, continue to do so. Watch, like, hit that subscribe button. Leave us some thumbs up or down if you feel like it. Also, leave comments as well. And those of you guys that check with us on the go, on the podcast audio platforms, that's iTunes and Spreaker. Again, find us there as well. AA Sportscast, straight sports, no chaser. Same thing, subscribe, leave comments, do all that good stuff, and we definitely appreciate y'all. As always, we're going to get into a Week 7, NFL Week 7 recap here tonight. Other few little news and notes, got a couple big trades that happened in NFL before the deadline, about a week away. And we're going to hit on a few NBA topics and things. Almost a week into the season, 3 or 4 games for most teams. So we'll highlight a few things there before we get out of here tonight. But as always,
we got a big fight to discuss that did not take place in a ring.
There you go. And it costs a lot of people a lot of money.
Yes, sir.
So y'all know how we started off, though, with open bar. First part of the show, we're going to get into a little something we call something like the news. This is our little entertainment for the night. Give y'all a few stories that's crazy as hell that we've seen over the past week that are not necessarily related to sports, just everyday crazy ass life that's happening out here. Absolutely. All right. So I got a couple doozies tonight for you, Hate. We're gonna start off kind of light. And I'm just gonna hit this one real quick. Hey, did you see this shit about Jello Ball?
No.
Out here caught up with a tranny?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a tranny out here telling his ex-girlfriend and girlfriend, that she his thing when he come to Vegas, and that's what he like.
I thought you said you started off light. That ain't starting out light, man. What the hell?
Yeah, man. Jello got some explaining to do about that. But yeah, I saw that. Shout out to BSO, Black Online Sports. Go ahead and check out the details. I seen it crazy.
Tough break.
Ain't no tough break. That's more than that. Oh, but he need to watch his back, son. He need to watch his back. What's going on out there in LA?
Ooh, bro.
Like, man, you know how they do it these days. Oh, damn, I don't know whether to say he or she. The trannies go by, they like to be by the intersex, right? Okay.
I don't know.
Is it like you do? There you go. So they like to be, you know what? Let's can that story before we say some stupid shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Everybody
moving on.
AA Sports, please. Everybody. Anybody.
Right. Because I done had a little bit, so I'm allowed to say something off the fucking wall, and it's unintentionally. But
and
next
we don't
up,
want no smoke, so.
We don't want no smoke, no smoke at all. But what I was saying. Oh, L.A. So I don't know what the hell is going on out in L.A. But your boy Brandon Ingram.
Oh Lord.
Hey man, Brandon Ingram is getting all the G cards this week for real. All right, so we know what we saw him pop off in the fight, right? He was ready to ride no matter what. All
he
right,
was mad as hell.
So this morning, peep the story. He has a stripper that he's seeing, dating, whatever the case may be. That he don't allow her to take pictures of them together that show his face.
I like this boy.
And when she comes to the games, he put her up in the 300 section.
Stop it.
So that she can't be seen by the players' wives and family and friends down on the bottom level. This young man, he's beyond his years.
He got an OG. We gotta find out who his OG is.
He lived by the old code, right?
Absolutely. He ain't getting caught up in none of that foolishness. She ain't gonna be too with it. I mean, okay. And I found a little bit of a story I could talk about, kind of in the same vein. Did you read that story about how Cap be making the chicks pay their own airfare?
Yes. Yes, I saw that. I want to say that was that I ain't even gonna say her name to give her no more publicity. But
right.
the chick that wrote a book.
Right.
And he was talking about it. Yeah, I saw that shit.
Bruh, they gotta pay their own way and he rich. I like it. I like it.
And what was one of the quotes? I read one of the quotes out of the book, and it was something to the effect that the young lady was leaving and asking Cap, was she gonna see him again, or was she gonna come see her? Blah blah blah. She had a good time, and Cap told her something to the effect of what I want to do and what I'm gonna do are two different things, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
That open-ended shit right there. Drop the mic. Love it. Man, that old code is still out. It's still out there.
Still out there a little bit. All right. So enough about stories about people that we know. Let's get into some old everyday shit.
I like
all
those
right.
stories.
So we got this grandmother. What is her name? 75-year-old Helen Washington. Helen is facing second-degree assault charges after she shot one of her grandsons.
What'd he do?
Because he refused to stop putting his cup on her good table without a coaster.
I'm sure she warned him multiple times.
Multiple times. At one point, she took the cup off the table, poured the tea that was in it or whatever beverage that was in the cup out. He filled the shit back up and put it right back on the table. That's when she went and got the 38 special.
Is this somewhere in the South?
No. This is actually in Minnesota.
That's surprising. Because I just knew this was a Southern chick who I done told your ass one time too many. And she dropped the heat on. Where she shoot him at, though? Leg or something?
Shot him in the leg, yeah. Shot him in the leg.
Okay. Well, that was a warning shot. I bet he won't do that shit again. And he better go bail her out and drop and say nothing to the folks. He shot himself.
Hey, man, well, it's already too late. The bag is out. She got arrested. You know what I'm saying? Charges coming up. Like you said, he can go to court and say something totally different. I don't know if it's going to work. Man, but they ain't going to get that old lady probation, man. Let her go.
That ain't no worse than the old lady who sat there and got locked up for whooping her. We talked about that before, whooping her granddaughter's ass because she was laying in the bed, taking up all the AC. Y'all better start listening to y'all grandmamas.
They ain't playing that shit.
No, sir.
How about stop living with your grandmothers, with your old asses? How about that?
Absolutely.
Let's start there. All right. So last story. Now, we couldn't leave this segment of the show without getting a story in from Atlanta, right?
Got to.
All right. So this one goes down actually in Marietta. Harold Lee Clinton III.
The third.
The third. So it's a long line of ignorant motherfuckers that came before Harold. Well, you know what? He probably go by Harold Lee. So
Yeah.
it's a long line of them.
Yeah.
So this incident actually happened in 2017, but he's just getting arrested for it. I brought this one up because it reminded me. Well, I'll tell you what happened first, and you tell me what you think. What first comes to mind.
All right.
So Harold Lee was basically came into Dollar Smart. I've never heard of Dollar Smart. I've heard of Dollar Tree, Dollar General.
Never heard of
Family Dollar. Never heard of Dollar Smart. All right, but they got a Dollar Smart in Marietta. So he goes into the Dollar Smart with a makeshift mask and a gun to rob him.
I know where you going.
Now they say he ordered the clerk to the ground, demanding money before asking the clerk, because I guess the clerk was kind of hesitant, like I ain't doing it or moving too slow or whatever. So he asked the clerk, "Are you willing to lose a leg over this?" So then he put the gun to the back of the clerk's head and said, "Are you willing to lose your life for this?" Now, doing all of this, right, his makeshift mask kind of shifts and it allows the clerk to see his face. And the clerk recognizes that it's a dude that's shopping there all the time. You know what I thought of when I heard this, right?
That was Raymond.
That was fucking Raymond. Raymond.
White man can't jump.
Raymond, is that you? Take that goddamn mask off.
Bruh, he must have needed that bread. He must have needed it.
Because he got $18,000. He got $18,000, not from a Dollar Smart, $1,800 in cash and a car key before leaving. And when the cops caught up with him the next day, he still had the car key in his pocket.
Dummy.
Yeah, man. So he doing I forgot how much time they said he gonna do. But he had to pay back the $1,800. He gonna do a little bit of time. It was armed robbery. I want to say they gave him 20.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah, but that's all I got for something like the news tonight, people. Hope y'all enjoy those crazy ass stories. We always got something for y'all every week. Make y'all laugh before we get into the sports thing that we here to do.
I'm gonna give the same PSA I've been giving the last couple of weeks. Can y'all please stop shooting every night in Atlanta, please?
No.
Please.
You see the one at Popeyes last night?
Bruh, it's shooting at Pop. You can't even get chicken. I mean, damn.
I mean, sometimes they be taking too long at certain Popeyes. They take too fucking long.
I got a better question for you about Popeyes. Have you ever been in a Popeyes and the person at the front counter seemed like they like working there? Don't they all got the worst fucking attitude every time you go in there?
Yeah, shit. I want to say that's fast food in general, but it's not. Because as everybody knows, it's going around, everybody making videos about it these days, but we know how the people are at Chick-fil-A and how the service is at Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Matter of fact, it's a McDonald's. McDonald's is notorious for having badass customer service as well. Yes. The one by me, no different. So I go to Chick-fil-A one day, and I recognize one of the guys that's a manager at Chick-fil-A now. Used to be one of the managers at the McDonald's with the badass attitude.
Yeah.
Of course, it's working for Chick-fil-A. His attitude totally fucking different. So you could do it if you want to.
Yeah, Ashley the classy. He got it together. Shit, he off on Sundays now. I'd be smiling too.
Oh, I ain't think about that. You stupid.
They out the door by 11 o'clock. When do you ever pass by a Chick-fil-A at 11 o'clock at night and there's lights on? They're gone. Their clothes is efficient. They're out the door. Man, please. Cuz won. He should be smiling.
You're right about that. All right, let's get into the good. So we're gonna recap again week 7 of the NFL season. It's a pretty decent week this week. Hey, that lets you kick it off. Which game we gonna start? Well, of course we're gonna start with the Thursday game, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we don't have much on that Thursday game. Some people walk it like they talk it, and Von Miller was one of those people this past week. Von Miller said that Denver was gonna kick Arizona's ass. Well, they did. 45-10. That defense showed up. Now, of course, they were playing a rookie quarterback, and I probably can't name outside of David Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald any other skill position players in Arizona, but they got it done. They beat their ass. Defense showed up. Hey, man.
I like the boy Christian. I think the boy Christian Kirk that they got. I think he's gonna be.
That's right, the rookie. He'll be solid at some point.
Right at some point after he learned how to run more than a go.
Yeah.
because I think that's all he's been hooking up. They've been hooking up with so far this season. But like you said, Denver defense came to play. When they come to play, they're a pretty decent team. When they don't come to play and they asking the offense to carry the load, nah, son, that ain't finna happen.
And let's be very, very clear. Case Keenum still ain't good. I think he threw 2 picks in this game.
So I'm looking now. 1 pick, he threw for 160 yards.
And they scored. I think they had 2 pick sixes.
They had 2 pick sixes and a couple other short fields. This was.
It was jobs on the line on both sides in this game. Vance Joseph, it worked out well. What's his name? Mike McCoy didn't work out so well. You got fired Monday. Tough break. Your offense was terrible. All right.
Yeah, if you're on Arizona's coaching staff coming into this season, you had to pretty much know your job was probably on the line from day one.
I mean, I can't recall. Did Wilkes hire McCoy, or he just kept him?
I don't even know.
Because most cases, the new coach gonna bring his own people in. If he kept him from last year, then you should have known you were gonna be the first to go if shit went the wrong way. Because he ain't hire you.
I'm trying to think who was.
He had to hire that dude.
Because Bruce Arians was calling his own plays.
Yeah, so he must have hired him. Well, no, he couldn't have. You gonna fire him that fast?
I'm trying to think who was in between because Wilkes just got there. Bruce Arians, he didn't retire. He retired 2 years ago, right?
No, this year. Wilkes just started. Yeah, okay. He's a rookie coach.
Yeah, so, that's his guy.
Well, that's kind of shitty in that case then, because if you're going to, 7 weeks in, you're going to fire the dude. He had to be there last year. That's pretty shitty. I mean.
Yeah.
Tough break.
Tough shit.
Hey, my Carolina Panthers and the Philadelphia Eagles. About third quarter on Sunday, that's around 3 o'clock or so, your boy Haight was about to open the bottle. It wasn't looking well. We got shut out in the first half. We could not move the ball. Michael Bennett kept hitting my quarterback, and Devin Funchess kept dropping balls. He kept doing it.
So he was being Devin Funchess.
Yeah, he's being him. I don't know how his payday gonna work this summer, but he was being himself. Then in the fourth quarter, or really it kind of turned around at the half, but we kept it moving in the fourth quarter. Cam Newton went 16-22 in the fourth quarter, threw 2 touchdowns, and led us back to beat them 21-17. I don't know if this is so much about what Carolina did or what Philly did not do. Philly only ran the ball 1 time in the fourth quarter when they were up 3 scores. 1 time. Now, I know we talked about it on the side. You're like, they don't run the ball that much anyway. But if you got to mix it up some. Even if it's screen passes, something to that nature. But if we can just pin our ears back and rush and play these wide receivers straight up, you kind of played into our hands in that regard.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It was I thought, well, you just kind of alluded to it. I thought y'all receivers would be able to take advantage of a struggling secondary. But that wasn't happening. Y'all weren't running the ball.
No.
I was just like, damn, what the hell is Carolina doing?
Really, we've been bad the last 3 weeks. If we're really honest, the last 3 weeks, we escaped against the Giants. We should have beat Washington, but hell, we was behind them 17-0. So,
and even with the Giants, it was really just the last quarter of that game. That's the last quarter of the Giants game is when the switch flipped, and y'all had that bad run. Then, like the fourth quarter of this game, the switch flipped back to the other side, and you started back playing Carolina football.
At the end of the day, with any quarterback, not just Cam Newton, protection matters. If he has time to throw the ball, survey the field, it's going to go a little – well, that and, guys actually catching the ball, the gloves do at least 40% of the work, at least 40%. But we deal with a lot of drops every week, a lot of drops. But we got it done. The defense played well. Philly, I think it's a bigger story talking about Philly. What do you think is going on?
Overall, like I said,
I don't think they're in a bad place, but I don't think they're in a good place necessarily either. It's like they're in the gray area.
Right, a little bit, because however much you want to put into the Super Bowl hangover, that's a factor. How much, I'm not sure, but I think it is a factor. Carson Wentz not being healthy start of the year, that's a factor. No run game. Alshon Jeffrey went there at the beginning of the year. Defense is doing what it's doing. So it's like you got all these moving parts. They haven't. Well, it's obvious they haven't jailed because they went 3-4 now.
Yeah, 3-4 now.
But it's like even a few of these games where they don't look so good, they kind of pulling them out. Like the Falcons game that was at the beginning of the year.
Hell, who Tennessee hawked them down.
Exactly.
Didn't Fitzmagic beat them?
The Bucks, I believe so.
I want to say Fitz beat them.
Yeah,
that would be Tennessee at Yeah, I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, they I still think they're going to win the division. I still feel strong about that, and I thought their defense looked good for 3 quarters. They was all over Cam.
That's one thing. That's one thing. If you want to say one thing is consistent about this team, it's the front seven.
Yeah,
they consistently do their job. It's everything else that just kind of got to come together. But like you said, the division they still in play. They luckily they're in a division that everybody's playing about the same right now. You don't expect anybody to run away with it, and that's kind of the history of this division anyway. So they got still another more than half a season to kind of get right and get back to form because as of right now they looking up at the Saints, the Vikings, y'all, of course the Rams, right? Yeah. So they way down in the pickings right now as far as NFC powerhouses go.
I tell you one thing, I don't feel they're concerned with. They're not scared of Alex Smith and them Redskins. I don't believe that at all. So,
nah, you're right about that. And should they be?
Absolutely not.
Only one game back. Nah, they all right. They'll be all right. Exactly.
All right.
They got to get it turned around, but yeah, they should be okay.
All right, the London game. The Tennessee Titans played the LA Chargers, and the Titans lost 19-20. I'm gonna save my rant. I got a chump to give out in that game. I can go and get that chump now. Mike Mularkey. Let me ask you, when the fuck did? So everybody goes for it on fourth now. Everybody goes for the win. Nobody wants to go to overtime no more.
Fucking analytics, man.
I hate analytics, B. I hate it. I mean, I'll be analog for this moment. So it makes more sense to go for it on 2 right now and lose the game compared to kicking this field goal, getting a chance 10 more minutes to try to play. You flew all the way over there.
I'm thinking about last night. Take that L. This was yeah, I'm with you now. I'm thinking about last night and the Giants, them idiots, the way they went for it went for 2. But the Tennessee, that's the one. They could have kicked the field. They scored the touchdown.
Yes.
At the end,
and then the game to go to overtime. Get 10 more minutes to figure it out. But nah, B, we flew across the damn world. We gonna win right now. Run out this stadium. I hate that shit.
You know what? Actually,
are they saying they don't have faith in the defense, or they don't have? I'm assuming you're putting faith in the offense by going for it. Does that mean he had no faith in the defense?
Not necessarily. I mean, he could have wanted to steal a win right there. So this one, I don't like or dislike. I understand why he did it. I don't really have a problem with it. I mean, he wanted to try to win a game. The team been struggling. He figured he wanted to kind of do a walk off, and the team sometimes will rally around shit like that, regardless of the outcome right then and there.
Yeah.
So maybe he was trying to do it then. Maybe he didn't want to go to overtime over there in London, playing more minutes. They already got the long trip over there. Long trip back. I don't know.
You know what? I just thought about another angle.
What's that?
He's a rookie coach. They ain't gonna fire him now. So hell, like you said. I mean, if you pull it off, it's the shit. Coach is lit.
Yeah.
If you lost, he's still a rookie coach. We fighting. So that was house money for him.
And it worked because you still got the team saying, "Hey, we like the call. We like being aggressive. We like going forward. We behind them." And
so house money worked for him in that regard.
Right. I mean, and again, another division. This could have played a part into it too. Even though I don't know, some of these coaches can think of all this shit on the fly that we be thinking about after the fact.
Yeah.
Half of them can't keep up with how many fucking timeouts they got.
Exactly.
But another benefit of being in a weaker division right now, where nobody's really separating. So maybe he felt he had a game to play with. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Melvin Gordon didn't play. Chargers got it done. So keep it moving. All right, next up, the Patriots and the Bears. The Bears lost the game 38-31. They could have actually had a chance to tie this game if a yard kept them basically from going to overtime. Because Kevin White, fragile Kevin White caught the Hail Mary.
When you heard that name last.
Right. Hell, he ain't even heard his own name. But I guess the big takeaway from this game was Sony Michel got hurt. It seemed like the New England offense was starting to click. It was moving in the right way. Gronk was out. That kind of dropped on like Saturday. Like, hey, he ain't even fly to Chicago. So this is what you get with Gronk. This is it. People get hurt, and he's hurt quite often. But they got it done, 38-31. That's all I got for that one. You got anything on that?
I watched a good portion of this game back and forth.
Yeah, that was a CBS prime time. CBS first game of the doubleheader.
Right. And New England they got down early, and then they took the lead and they was pretty much in control. But again with Chicago, they had spots in this game where the offense is still dragging. They still can't run the ball, or just not running the ball rather. And they relying a lot on their tight end. I mean, this game, Trey Burton had 9 catches, 126 yards. Tariq Cohen had 8 catches, 69 yards. Nobody else caught over 2 balls. Allen Robinson
got a whole lot of money to go play wide receiver
there. A whole lot of money. He only got 5 targets, 1 catch for 4 yards. I mean, whether it's Mitch, Trubisky, whether it's receivers getting open, which I don't think that's the case at all. So it's somewhere between Nagy and Trubisky is where this issue is. I think it's a combination of the two of them.
One thing I noticed with Trubisky, and it's some Cam Newton, Michael Vick type shit. Mitch is back there like this. He not open, go. He's running. You know what I'm saying? He ain't reading the field often. If they ain't open, he's gonna run. I want to say he had about 80 yards rushing in the game. I want to say.
Give it somewhere around 81. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess they just got to take the good with the bad because he's young. But that one kind of stung there because they could have had that game. That's 2 in a row. They lost to Miami last week. So, and Khalil Mack was not 100% going into this game. So, if
it was some doubt on whether he was even going to play, right?
Yeah, it was some doubt in it. Let me ask you this though: if he can't throw when it's sunny in Chicago, the hell is he going to do when it starts snowing?
Oh, to my Trubisky. I don't think he's I don't think his problem is arm strength. I think his problem is more or less knowing, like you said, when receivers are open, when to throw the ball on time, in the reads themselves. I think he got a pretty decent.
He has a cannon. I guess I'm looking at it like you said. He's not throwing nobody open. Them receivers will not be moving the same.
Right. This ain't North Carolina.
Right. When it's cold and snowing, it's gonna be different. So if he can't get it right now, what is he gonna happen? It start going ham there in November?
Right, and that's part of what you're talking about. Like with Vic and Cam, you can't wait to see the receiver open in this league. This ain't college.
Nope.
Like Eli asked last night, on that 4th down call. With the OBJ sprinted out, he was open for that hot second. Eli didn't let go of the ball.
Right.
You got to anticipate in this league. So that's going to be the next step in his progression to see for him to turn that corner. You get this offense on track. The defense is solid, but they to me they still have too many lapses and gaps in offense.
Absolutely. The Colts beat the brakes off of the Bills. The Bills got Derek Anderson off his couch like a week ago and started him on Sunday. So you get 5 points when you have a dude who ain't been toward a football field in a year. So
right.
Andrew Luck looked good. They got it done. The Dolphins lost again.
And one point about that game is my only point.
Go ahead.
Andrew Luck didn't have to throw the ball 60 times this week, and they actually had a 100-yard rusher.
Don't it kind of help when you have a dude who can get you 100 on the ground? It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of goes, yeah. So why some of these teams don't run the ball is beyond me.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a running game, people. You know what is working real well in L.A. for the Rams and Kansas City for the Chiefs? Just throwing it out there. That's all.
Just an idea.
So Hey, dog. The Lions are at 500. They're 3-3. They beat Detroit. I'm sorry, they beat Miami. So I don't put much in that because it was Brock Osweiler again. So this whole Ryan Tannehill injury thing, this like really just became a thing because I heard it's like a labrum injury. What are they waiting on? That's like surgery.
No, I mean, I didn't even look at it. Is it torn or what?
They said he's dealing with in most cases they said it's sore. It's a tear in there, whether it be a small one or a big one. But labrum injuries normally require some time, off.
Yeah, so, depending on how, if it is torn, depending on how much, you can do it without surgery. You want to try, especially during the season, you want to try to go ahead and rehab it, rest it if you can. You want surgery really to be the last resort because, of course, you go up under the knife and the season over. So that's probably what they want to do. Wait a couple weeks, check them out again.
Hey, did you see Devontae Parker's agent's comments about Adam Gase?
Who?
Devontae Parker.
Who? He's still in the league.
He ain't did shit, but I like what his agent said though. Talking about they've been healthy scratching, talking about he ain't healthy. He said he been healthy already the last couple weeks. Said he was participating in practice, but all of a sudden he ain't healthy on Sunday. He called the coach incompetent.
Oh wow!
How does that play on Monday when you walk into the locker room and your agent done called your head coach incompetent? You think he's gonna be activated this Sunday?
Yeah, you're probably not gonna get any snaps, homeboy. Probably not gonna get any snaps. Hey, he preserving his body, getting his check.
Tough break. The Vikings went into New York and beat the Jets with Sam Darnold. Kind of saw that coming. Ain't much to say about that.
7 games in a row to start the season. Adam Thielen got over 100 yards in receiving.
Putting up that work, man. He's really putting up that work. Hey, Dalvin Cook, he practices on Wednesday fully. He practices on Tuesday fully. I want to say he practices on Thursday fully. But come Friday, he's out. Man, hamstrings have been the killer. How are these hamstrings taking these cats out when they went to camp? This is some holdout shit. Normally when people hold out, first thing to go when they return is their hamstring. These cats went to camp.
Soft tissue injury, yeah, you're right.
And they went to camp and they're just out.
Well, we talked about him. I don't know if it was last week or the week before last. I actually went back and looked it up. We were trying to figure out how many games he's played total in his career. Mm-hmm. It's been 7 in 2 years. He's played 7 games. And a couple of those games, he started them but finished them. He shouldn't even have played anyway. So, yeah. Well, is it the ankle this time?
Nah, it's still the hamstring.
Yeah, you did just say that. Okay.
It's like 3-4 weeks in a row. So, damn. All right, the Browns. The Browns went down to Tampa Bay and lost to the Buccaneers. Jameis Winston did everything he could to give this game to Cleveland with 4 turnovers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. It wasn't a bad game. He had the yards, but 4 turnovers.
I was about to say, how can you say somebody who had 4 turnovers didn't have a bad game?
He had the yards and his completion percentage was solid. It's just the turnovers. I guess you can't.
They got the win.
Yeah, they got the W. That's the main thing. I guess can you blame a quarterback for fumbles if he's getting sacked and he don't see it coming? Can you technically blame him for that?
In some cases, yeah, but in some cases, you need to protect the ball.
Right. If it's a blindside hit, how can you
blindside? Yeah, blindside, yeah, but I didn't see the fumbles. Yeah, because I actually stopped watching this game because Tampa Bay they got up with a nice size lead first half, third quarter. Yeah. They kind of let Cleveland creep back into it. They ain't put them away. Yeah. But another team without a fucking run game. It's a this passing league shit has really went to the next level.
It really is.
Like, if you don't have Todd Gurley, Zeke,
Saquon,
can't even say Zeke. Hell, you can't even say Zeke and Saquon because Giants and Cowboys won't run the fucking ball. Yeah. But unless you got a back like that, these teams ain't even attempting to run the ball at all.
I don't. I'll talk. I got a chump to hand out. I can go ahead and do it now. Hugh Jackson.
The soon to be unemployed Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson.
That same cat. It's like, I get it, cuz. I get it. You won 2 games up until this season. Was it 2? Has he even won a game?
Shit. I
Up
think he
until
won
this
one.
season.
I think he
So
won one.
1 game in 2 years.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, 1 game in 2 years. I get it. So if you didn't hear people, Hugh Jackson basically said that he was going to step in, do what he had to do as the head coach, because he's the head coach. And if he has to step in and take over the offense, do what he needs to do as the head coach. When you gotta call your title out repeatedly,
he'll make sure that he gets involved. It's week 8. You ain't been involved yet?
He's an offensive guy. He's not a defensive guy. So you telling me he ain't been like put his head in the room? You got a new quarterback. You ain't did shit. Nothing.
Right. So
what has he been doing?
Yeah, well, outside blowing the whistle and talking shit, what else have you been doing?
Hey, talk to me. Holla at your boy. Let me know. That's what he been doing? That's the shit he been doing. Because you telling me he ain't had his head in a meeting, an offensive meeting, and now he gonna get involved?
You know, from Hard Knocks, you would have thought he everything got to run through him. Special teams,
he's the head coach.
The lunch menu, hotel reservations, who sit where on the flight.
Hey man, Hugh, I hope your family know they moving. I hope they know.
Yeah, man, I wanted the man to succeed in Cleveland, but it ain't happening.
It's not.
And matter of fact, I looked at their next set of games.
Oh, we talked. Yeah. He's getting fired.
You tell me which game he gonna get fired.
I'm with you.
Let me see. There you go. Because all right, so next up they got the they at the Steelers.
L.
All right, then they host the Chiefs.
L.
They host the Falcons.
L.
Then they go on the bye.
He'll get fired the week of the bye.
Then after the bye, they got to take on at Cincinnati.
L.
At Houston.
L.
The Panthers come to Cleveland to play.
Cam might bullshit. That's 50-50.
Stop.
Because it'll be cold up there. Cam be up there dancing and shit. We might lose that game, dog. I'm nervous.
Then at the Broncos.
L. That's at the Broncos.
Okay. Cincinnati again.
In Cleveland?
Yeah, in Cleveland.
That's 50-50.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Finish the season at the Ravens.
I don't think he's gonna make the whole season.
When are they winning the game?
And I'm being nice with that Carolina thing. He should lose that game as well. But I guess the question with that is, who would take over if they fire him at the bye? Who would take over? Haley?
Probably Todd Haley.
Shit.
He's already there.
You know who can solve that, right?
He's running the offense already.
You know who can solve that come like next couple weeks?
Who?
Baker start bitching to the owner.
Oh.
You know, I really like Todd. You know, Todd, that's my guy.
Well, you know, James, Hugh Jackson ain't James Dorsey guy anyway.
He didn't hire him. So, yeah.
Yeah. So this is probably his mulligan year. He already got it.
That's four more games before the bye, right?
3 more.
Yeah, he might. That's the good time to do it at the bye. That's the good time.
And it's right. That bye is right before Thanksgiving. Let that man have Thanksgiving with his family, man.
Get it out the way. Yeah. All right. So they got that. They're gonna fire their coach at some point. So, the Texans went down to Jacksonville. Okay, Jacksonville got their ass kicked on national television last Sunday in Dallas. 40 points. They lost to Dak. I'm calling them Dak again because they put up 40. 40
and the week
points.
Before that.
Yeah, they got their ass whooped the week before that. Let's lay this out for you people. The last 3 games, the Jacksonville Jaguars have given up 90 points in 3 games. I don't want to hear none of that shit about elite defense no more. None of it. Y'all got to have like 3 shutouts in a row, maybe 5, for me to call y'all elite again.
The rest of the fucking season.
90 points in 3 games? Have you ever heard of anything like that?
And outside of the Chiefs, I mean, the Chiefs doing it to everybody.
Yeah, they're doing it to everybody.
The Cowboys and the Texans?
Right. Deshaun Watson's hurt, and they still beat y'all. Man, Hey, man, shit ain't right down there.
Well, you know what? They only gave up 20 to the Texans. And part of that was because of Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the defense actually, now that I think about it, they played all right this game. But they still lost. This week is because of the offense.
You know what? Let's call them to the carpet in front of the congregation next Tuesday. They go to London on Sunday. They play Philly. If Philly puts that work on them, another 30 points and a win, I don't want to hear none of that. They're cooked. And
Blake Bortles' history is he plays like a fucking Hall of Famer over in London.
Yeah, I mean, the team normally plays well. That's damn near a home game for them every time they go. I mean, damn near. Cousins going to buy the stadium. You got to have a lot of damn money to be able to buy Wembley Stadium.
You saw he pulled the bid?
Yeah, he pulled the bid out. Yeah. That's a lot of bread. But
no damn team over there.
Yeah, we got to speed this thing up. Okay, the Jaguars, they benched Blake Bortles for Cody Kessler.
He got Blake Bortles at it. He got 72 interceptions over the last 5 years.
Yeah, he's leading the league in turnovers at quarterback.
Ooh, boy.
I mean, hey, shout out to Chris Carter from First Things First. There's a lot of things I don't like about him. But on Monday's show, he was on there talking about, last year y'all had y'all chance. Y'all let politics decide what y'all was going to do. Call Colin Kaepernick right now. He said, you want to bring this team together? Put Cap in that locker room. Put him in. I said, you know what? That probably would energize the hell out that locker room. It probably would. The owner was behind him. He said he can't stand Trump. So maybe they would not be afraid. I mean, shit, it can't get no worse. It really can't. But they already named Blake Bortles as the starter this week. Doug Marrone said he did what he could to try to get a spark. That shit didn't work. We'll see what happens Sunday. The Saints and the Ravens. Boy. This is another situation where the kicker let the team down. And I'm not even mad at Justin Tucker because he tends to make all his kicks, but he missed the PAT that would have tied this game and sent it to overtime. And, a lot of these kickers be looking like, they be looking scared when they go up there to kick. He looked genuinely shocked when that ball did not go through. He looked shocked as hell. He's never missed one.
I said, he's never missed one in his career. And when I looked at the replay, I don't know if the wind took it or something because
it seemed like the wind caught it at the top.
That shit turned funny. Yeah.
But Baltimore played a good game. Drew Brees has finally completed the cycle and beaten every team in the NFL.
This was a good game for them. I mean, they had to come back and win in Baltimore against a solid defense. That was all right there.
Exactly. That was a tough win. Those are the type of ones that build character. Yeah, solid win for them. Next up, your Rams. Not your Rams. The 49ers and your Rams, 39-10. Anything?
More turnovers. Injury, turnovers.
Hey, good news though. I pulled up, the draft order heading into week 8. You guys are number 2.
2?
Yeah.
Who the hell got? Oh, Giants.
Giants.
Okay.
I'll give you the top 10. Giants, y'all, Arizona. Oakland has 2 in the top 10. Colts at 5, Bills at 6, Browns at 7, Tennessee and Jacksonville.
Yeah, and speaking of some of those teams you just mentioned, our next 3 games, this is a little stretch here where we play the Cardinals this week. We got the Giants and the Raiders. Those are our next 3 games.
Yeah.
So you want to get some wins, to see some of your hard work paying off, of course.
Yeah.
You want to get the fruition of that, but at the same time, you kind of want the number 1 pick because wins at this point are really not doing anything.
Which way would you go if you had number 1? I mean, top 2, 5. What you want?
I mean, as of right now, as to what it's looking like, is for what we need is number 1. One of the top needs we need is a pass rusher.
Okay.
So you got the top 2 or 3 prospects. I'm gonna learn his damn name. The dude from Houston and Bosa are the 2 top edge rushers coming out. Now we know how they do right now. Nobody talking about the quarterbacks, but we know how closer to draft that they become a priority, and there's going to be some teams that didn't get one this year that need one, like the Giants. So maybe a pass rusher or two, a diluted piss test or something. Maybe a couple of them fall.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't need the top pick to get our guy.
Did we talk about Bosa last week? I know we talked about it on the side, but I don't know if we talked about it on the show.
Talking about the younger brother from Ohio State. Talking about him. Brother. Yeah.
Stepping away and deciding to – maybe we did talk about it. I'm not sure.
To prepare for the draft. I mean, I like the move.
I ain't mad at him at all.
And it's crazy. It's crazy right after he did that, Ohio State's defense came out and gave up 49 to Purdue.
Unranked Purdue. Hey, tough break. All right, the Cowboys and the Redskins, big rivalry, all-time rivalry in the NFL. The Redskins got it done 20-17. Dak had over 250 yards in the game. I want to say he had 279. Had a good game on the ground, but they didn't get good Zeke. And I think that's the formula. Dak can beat me all day long. Zeke ain't. That's not about to happen. So –
But I want to say he had, 15 carries? That can't happen.
Yeah, it was low carries. But they can't make up their mind. Well, I can't say they can't make up their mind because they got their mind pretty made up. They want Dak to be the star. Zeke is your star. Zeke, if he's running the ball well, that leads to one-on-one coverage on the outside. Zeke is your star. Why y'all keep trying to make Dak the star? I don't understand. Zeke is your star.
It's not even close.
Zeke is the two-piece of chicken. Dak is that side of mashed potatoes. If I ain't got the mashed potatoes, I might be okay because I got the chicken. I'm good.
Right.
Zeke he's the star.
I mean, you better go back and look at your history. Troy Aikman wasn't the best out of the triplets.
Absolutely not.
It
just wasn't. I don't feel no type of way about Washington. They're 4-2. They did beat us. They eke this game out, but Alex Smith is still Alex Smith. It's about to get cold. Winter is coming. We're going to see what happens with that arm when it gets cold. So, we already know what happens. We know. We've seen it time and time again. We know. So
yeah. But they got another game with the Cowboys in Jerry's world.
Yeah.
They still got to play the Giants. I don't know when they play them, but the Giants.
They got to play them twice. They haven't played them yet, I don't believe, this year. So that's 3 possible wins right there.
And they're already at 4, right?
Yeah, 4-2.
Hey, man. They can sneak up and twice. That's going to be the big key right there because if Philly gets right, I'm still picking Philly to take over this division at some point.
Right, me too.
If they at least split with Philly and win the games they supposed to win, they're going to fuck around and win this division.
Hey, Adrian Peterson will not remain a cyborg forever. He will not. Something will happen. Something. This is the Redskins we're speaking of.
Let me tell you what I did on this game. Of course, we both picked the Redskins for this game. We didn't pick the Cowboys. But when the injury report came out like Friday, Saturday, it's like everybody was out, like the whole offense.
Everybody.
So I went in Glass Pick'em League. Shout out to Glass over at Get With It Sports. I switched my shit to the Cowboys. I'm like, in that Pick'em League, I'm like last, like 18th, 19th out of like 21. So like my
in that one.
I didn't ask you to brag. You see this motherfucker, man? He took the crown off last week because he's tired of wearing it. Now he plugging his shit. That's all right. I'm gonna be back one day.
You hawked me down last year. I'll jump off that cliff.
Hey, not from this. I wasn't this far back.
Cause I had one of them weeks where I decide I'm gonna get up 10 games. I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna pick everything out the way. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Cincinnati and the Chiefs. Can we safely say this game was over with in the first half? Like middle of the second.
And what's funny is because this game, remember, it was supposed to be Rams and the 49ers in that slot, and they flexed us the fuck out of there real quick.
Yeah.
And this game ended up being an even worse blowout.
Before we move, I want to say it while it's on my mind. They don't do flex scheduling on Monday Night Football, do they?
No, you can't. You got nobody to swap it with.
Buffalo and New England next Monday.
Oh, that's not the one I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about thought you about to break up. Matter of fact, when we play the Giants, that shit's on a Monday night.
So I'm watching basketball next Monday. I ain't even gotta watch football. I'm watching the NBA. But anyway, let's go on to this. Dog, I'm really having a hard time. Who has the better offense, them or the Rams?
Chiefs or the Rams?
I'm starting to lean toward the Chiefs, cuz.
Yeah, I think what makes the Chiefs maybe a slight give them a slight nod. They have a tight end.
Yes, I was about to say let's go down the line. I'm assuming both of us would pick Mahomes over Goff.
Right.
Gurley over Hunt.
I'm going with Gurley.
I want to say the Rams wide receivers overall might be slightly better than the Chiefs.
You got Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks, Cooper Kupp,
Sammy Watkins. I don't know who the third is.
Third is Chris Conley.
I would kind of say the Rams, or is it the Chiefs?
Tyreek Hill is
he's like that. Is he that much better than Brandon Cooks?
I like him better than Brandon Cooks. Yeah,
he's bigger for one.
Bigger, faster.
Cooper Kupp is better than Sammy Watkins at this stage.
Oh damn!
Cuz come on, Sammy Watkins. Are you not surprised he's still upright week 7?
Because he don't have to do much. He's like the fourth option on this offense. So he can be easy. But okay, so you got that, and then Robert Woods.
He better than Conley.
See, yeah. It's just they do it differently. So they both got a kind of a workhorse back.
Yeah.
Kansas City got the tight end and 2 really, really good receivers.
Right.
And the Rams don't really have a tight end that produces as much. They go with the 3, 3 receivers. So we gonna find out when they play in a couple weeks.
I can't wait to that damn game. I can't wait. But back to the Chiefs, because everybody's running wide open. Everybody.
Yeah. And that's not just that ain't so much to do with the speed. Of course, I got something to do with it. That's Andy Reid and a lot of scheming too.
That play call.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, damn. And Sunday, they made it about Hunt early. They made it about him. And you got a back doing that with Tyreek Hill. That boy, that speed, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we're going to find out in a couple weeks. That's a title fight there. I'm looking forward to it.
And you talk about, Tyreek Hill. He ain't even, he's thick and size, but he's not tall at all.
Mm-mm.
But he goes up and he high points the fuck out of balls all the time. And I love that about him. You get guys his size, short in stature with all that speed. Normally they one-trick ponies.
Right.
He not that.
No, not at all. The one thing I like about it too, with him, he has some character issues coming in, like some real character issues. Sometimes you take them shots, man. It works out. It ain't always gonna be the same. What we said, Honey Badger got his shit together. It happens. It's not always going to be the same, so you take them shots.
Yeah. Honey Badger was just smoking too much weed. Tyreek Hill's out here, beating chicks up. That shit ain't cool.
No, it's not cool at all. It's not. It worked out for him as far as, I want to say he apologized for the situation. It got resolved, but, he's taking advantage of the second chance. That's the point. I like seeing cats take advantage of the second chance because that shit don't always come around at all. The Bengals, they bingled. 10 points on Sunday Night Football. I heard a stat the other day. Andy Dalton is 0-6 in Sunday Night Football. If this was a random game at 1:00 on a Sunday in Cincinnati, he'll get that done. But this is, they're still 4-3. Still, they're still alive in the division.
But you know what? They division, and I had them because there was a couple teams I wanted to bring up. Of how we jumped to a lot of conclusions the first couple weeks of the season. The Bengals started out 4-1. I know they lost. Right, they were top of the division. Steelers is at the bottom. They got so many problems. They got drama. Here they are sitting at the top of the division now.
Yeah,
you had the Texans have won. They started off 0-3. They done won 4 in a row. They sitting at the top of the division.
That's crazy, ain't it? That's a quiet 4 in a row.
You know, the Vikings, they had their issues. They sitting at the top of their division. The Bears sitting at the bottom. And when the first 2 weeks started, you would have thought that it's crazy. So it's a
marathon.
long.
It's a marathon. It's a war of attrition.
Interesting.
You got to survive the injuries. And, Cincinnati going Cincinnati. I really would have fired Marvin Lewis a long time ago, but he'll probably get an extension next year. He probably will. That's what they do.
It seems like he gets one every year, every other year. It's like they keep giving them 1 year, 2 year extensions, and then
they get him them LeBron deals and 1-and-1s. So
hey.
Anyway, last game we got for the week, the Falcons they hosted the New York Giants last night. They beat them 23-20. One takeaway I had for this game for both teams, neither one of their lines are shit. Their quarterbacks took a whole lot of hits, both of them.
Yeah, and the Falcons lost another lineman today. The guy that got carted off, he broke his foot or ankle, so he's out for the season.
Fusco, he broke his ankle. Ain't that something?
Yeah, so just more injuries, just keep piling on. But I will say this, in the midst of all those injuries, with Matt Bryant, the kicker, going down with an injury last week, where the hell they find that kicker at in the week?
He sucked for the Raiders, and he was in camp for them this year.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's familiar with the team. I want to say he might have kicked for him last year, if I'm not mistaken, when Bryant was out. But,
okay. He was not scared of them Monday Night Lights at all.
At all. I expected more points in this game, but Atlanta got it done. Atlanta's going to end up 4-4. They should at least. And then the season starts over for them. They can do a complete reset once they get to 4-4. You just got to win going forward. But the Giants' defense actually looked like they were interested in the game. Eli Apple got traded. That seemed like that was a couple months late because they wanted him gone last year. I don't think he's the only problem they got at all.
No, they got a lot of problems. That offensive line is trash, and it's not because of injury.
It's not all Eli, people. I mean, I ain't saying Eli's great, but damn, I mean, if soon as you hike the ball, it's like 3 dudes from the other team on your ass. I mean, what can you do?
I mean, yeah, in that regard, yeah, but Eli was fucking up last night. The pass that he missed Odell on that touchdown. Now, there was one before that where Odell was running a little corner out in the back of the end zone that they didn't connect on.
Yeah.
You can't really blame anybody on that, I don't think. But the one where Odell was doing the sprint out the backfield, he should have hit him on that. Those 2 quarterback sneaks at the end, that was baffling.
Yeah.
That you wasted all that time. You didn't basically leave yourself any chance to win the game. And we talk about stupid 2-point conversions. The one that Pat Smurd did, what you got on that? I didn't like that at all.
That wasn't very smart.
No, to me, you don't go for 2 until you absolutely have to go for 2.
Right. And that game wasn't out of reach to the point where he had to go for 2. It made no sense. I mean,
and more that was the analytics.
That was analytics, and that's some more of that. These guys be looking real smart when they on good teams with good defenses and running games. It's a big difference when you ain't got all the pieces together. Pat Shermer was a fucking genius last year with that Minnesota defense. He don't have the Minnesota defense or the offensive line they had last year. It's a big difference. Big difference, people. All right. All right. What we got next? We got a few champs and chumps. I think I did most of mine.
Yeah, you did them all.
Did I give one to Cam? Shout out to Cam. You balled in the 4th quarter. That is the champ. That's the only champ I got.
I'm gonna give my champ to Drew Brees for beating the last team off the list that he hadn't beat, and not only just that, but he got his 500 touchdown, and they got a big win to keep stay ahead of everybody in their division, keeping atop the NFC.
They got a big game Sunday,
and in a hostile environment against a very good defense. So that's a champ that I gave him. As far as chumps or a chump,
I know you can find one.
Yeah, I'm just looking throughout this list here, and I'm just gonna have to go with Blake Bortles and the Jaguars.
Why'd I know you were about to say that? God, we've been friends too long.
I
knew it.
I mean, I'm just sitting here looking. I mean, Buffalo scored 5 points, but they got a dude off the couch last week.
Because he got that call like, y'all for real? Like, Buffalo tomorrow. All right.
How much? How much? All right, bet.
All right. Let's do these few little tidbits. I think we got one big tidbit this week. Can we give a champ to the Dallas management going out getting Amari Cooper? Can we say that's a champ?
I mean, it's a good move to acquire that receiver now, whether a first round pick.
You know the reason why? Now you hit me the other day with that, and you was like, "Would nobody offer no more than a third?" Now, if I would have known that at the time, I would have kind of felt the way. But at the same time, they picked last year, what, 28th? Somewhere around there? 20th?
Who?
Dallas.
I'm not sure. If they did it.
Somewhere late 20s. Because they took that linebacker, Vander Bosch. Okay. So if you're picking anywhere from 20 below, what skill position player could they have got right there that they could say was going to help them? I mean, if you look at their team, holes needed. Wide receiver was the big hole. Offensive line is kind of solid. They could use a cornerback. I ain't going to flex. Could use another corner. But I'm not mad at it. They got a year and a half essentially to look at them. I mean, a second or a third would have been dope. But I think they got aggressive this time because they done missed out a few times sitting back waiting. You know, they could have had Earl Thomas, but they waited. So I'm not mad at it. They're putting their chips in the table. And we've already established. Ain't nobody scared of Alex Smith. What is their current record? What is Dallas's record?
They are 3-4, I believe.
So they're 3-4. So they're right there.
I mean, they needed a guy like him. Now, probably they hoping that he is more of what we saw the first 2 years of his career,
right?
Versus the last 2 years where the drops have started to plague him.
Right.
I still think he got the talent. Hell, we've seen it. We've seen it in his rookie year. So a change of scenery, change of quarterbacks, if him and Dak can kind of get on the same page, then they'll have their version of a watered down triplets.
Yeah. Diet triplets.
Yeah, there you go. So in that regard, it's cool, but he's gonna have to produce. Otherwise, of course, all the armchair quarterbacks and analysts and everybody is gonna say it was a dumb move because you gave up a first round pick in NFL, first, second, and third round picks in NFL is very valuable. You can't just give those away. So the fact that he's 24 or 23, however old he is, he's still very young. That probably played into it as well.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people talking about, well, the Patriots got Josh Gordon for a fifth. And Josh Gordon been suspended 17 times, and we're still not sure whether he's smoking weed or not.
You can't even bring him in the same discussion.
That's not even an apples-to-apples comparison there. So let's just stop there, with that. But, it is what it is. Of course, we all have Cowboys fail.
Yeah. Let's switch to the other side. It's pretty much a rebuild in Oakland. I mean, they can't even BS about it now when you done basically let go of 3 Pro Bowlers. You've traded. Was it 3? No, 2. Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper.
Right.
It's just 2. 2 Pro Bowlers are gone. It's a rebuild.
Khalil Mack's an all-pro. So.
All-pro. Right? Yeah. So it's a rebuild at this point. I think they're playing with house money just the same. Gruden, no, he ain't getting fired. So he's good. They go to Oakland. They go to Vegas in what, 2 years? Maybe 3?
2 years, 2020.
So they go to Vegas in 2020. Tear it down. Get what you can. Rebuild through the draft this coming year. You got to hit home runs. Hey, singles ain't going to work with this.
I was about to say, you
strong doubles.
So you got 3 first-round picks. Now, what are you going to do with them?
Right.
Right. What are you going to do with them? And are you keeping Derek Carr?
Yeah, that's a bit of a discussion.
Because you done came in, you got rid of Khalil Mack, you got rid of Amari Cooper. If you get rid of Derek Carr, that's another guy. You got rid of Michael. You didn't want Michael Crabtree back. Mm-hmm. I want to say it was somebody else.
They let the starting safety. They let him go early in the season.
So Gruden coming in and undoing everything McKenzie and everybody else has done, basically. Now, if you don't win, of course, this year is a mulligan. You can go no pressure this year.
Yeah.
But going into Vegas, if you don't win, we got problems.
Can they just go ahead and just start saying trust the process? I mean, they're tanking. Hey, shout out to that boy Martavius Bryant. When you talk about God's plan, he got suspended for the weed. Wasn't even weed. It was speculation of the weed. Got cut. Not even suspended. Cut. Got brought back. and he's the number one receiver now. God's plan, people. When it's for you, ain't nothing that can be done to stop it.
Where Jordy at?
Oh, shit. I forgot about old man Jordy. If he's their number one, they ain't running nothing but 5-yard hitches. That's it.
You know what I really hate about this, though, is what the fuck are they going to play next year? Is just brought this question up. But anyway, this is the last year that they're in Oakland, and this is what they're giving the fans in Oakland for their last year.
I thought they were going to play the next 2 years before they left. Where the hell are they going to play next year?
I thought I read something today said they still trying to figure out where the hell they're going to play next year.
They have no idea where they're playing next year. Wow. Okay.
Figure it out.
All right. Any other tidbits? Oh, we got a fight to talk about. Talk a little bit of NBA.
Yes. Yeah, we're talking about this little basketball before we get up out of here. So season kicked off last Tuesday. Last Tuesday. Yeah. Of course, a big name. The Lakers are on everybody's radar right now. We know Golden State gonna do their thing. We know Kawhi and the Raptors, they got off to a great start. Everybody's expecting Boston to do great. Jason Tatum seems to be the leader of that team right now.
He's balling.
Everybody else in the East suck pretty much, except for maybe Philly. So the Lakers, Houston, Saturday night.
Yeah, that was like a movie premiere. It was like a straight up movie premiere. I mean, they were lined up outside. They were so excited. LeBron. And for the most part, it was a very good game. I was with one of the homies up until like the third quarter. You know, them West Coast games. Y'all killing me, LeBron. You're killing me with these West Coast games. It was about 11:30. I decided to take it to the house. Well, I get home, and it's a ruckus on the floor. A fight breaks out. A real live fight in the NBA.
Not that bullshit they normally be doing.
No, not that hold me back, BS. It was a real fight. And the two dudes who got the fighting did not surprise me one bit. Rajon Rondo and Chris Paul, two of the chippiest players. Chippy, aggressive, all those terms they use on TV. Two dudes who want the smoke at all times. Got to it. Initially, before I had the good camera view, I was like, man, that dude didn't spit in his face. Why would you turn your face to somebody you just spit in theirs? Well, Rondo did. Rondo's that guy. Right. Whatever Jedi magic he learned to spit that way on the low.
With a mouthpiece in.
And did it.
With a mouthpiece in.
Right. With a mouthpiece in. How do you spit on somebody with a mouthpiece in? Well, initially I was under the impression that Rondo won that fight because he gave him that quick left hook. But upon further review, Chris Paul kind of got in his ass.
After that initial first blow, the uppercut, and then he followed up with another left that caught him, and then he kind of had him in the headlock too.
But Rondo was kind of restrained though too. Dudes grabbed him, but Chris's hands was quick though. He got the shots off quickly. Yeah,
he did. He hit him with a nice little 1-2. And because Rondo wasn't expecting that. Rondo wasn't expecting that because you're not expecting, especially in a basketball fight, you ain't expecting an uppercut.
An uppercut.
You ain't expecting that.
Rock them. What is it about dudes catching uppercuts on the Lakers home? I mean, catching two pieces on the Lakers home court. What is it about that? It seems to happen.
Of course, everybody. I know I did. It made me think of the Chris Giles Kobe incident.
Quick two-piece. But we leaving out an important factor in this whole situation.
Very important. I was gonna say we can't leave out the homie. Little young triple OG.
Brandon Ingram was turned up Saturday. And, James Harden wanted none of that smoke. None of it. When he pushed him out the way, that was a get out of my way, you a little B.I. Threw him out the way.
Right.
Wanted none of that. None of it. At least you could have just pushed him back. You ain't telling you to swing on him. Push him back. But to sit there
Man, what I tell y'all the other day, man, Ron Artest elbowed all of the smoke out of James Harden years ago when he elbowed him in the back of the head.
Did he seem remotely interested in jumping in that fracas?
Not at all. Like I said, if he didn't respond when Ingram pushed him the way he did, he wouldn't jump. He wasn't finna jump into a fight.
PJ Tucker, that's CP3's homie. I didn't see one rocket get aggressive. Not one outside of CP. Now
Right.
y'all know how CP is. You know he got that. You know how he is. Is he gonna feel a type of way? Ain't nobody push nobody. Nothing. Melo standing right. Nothing. Push him.
Melo, like man, Melo probably like, man, Lala just let me back in the house. I ain't finna do no dumb shit. But no, one person that probably would have, but he wasn't on the court. Matter of fact, does he even play with them?
Gerald Green.
Gerald Green.
Gerald Green would have fought.
He was not on the court, so
any dude named Gerald, he gonna swing on you. Let's get up out of here, dog.
Oh man. But that's what's up. Well, people, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We had some good talk tonight. Little NBA talk there. Of course, with the main thing being the NFL Week 7 recap. We'll get into a show on Thursday night, and we'll give y'all our Week 8 picks.
Yes, sir.
And next on next Tuesday's show, it'll be day before Halloween, and we're gonna present y'all with our Black Friday list. Which these are the coaches that we feel either may not make it to Black Monday, or will be fired on Black Monday. And everybody knows in the NFL, Black Monday is that day right after the last game of the season where coaches get canned. So we're gonna give y'all our list of who we think will be looking for a realtor very soon.
Absolutely.
There it is. Uncle Hate, tell these people where to reach you at on social media before we get up out of here.
At ReK6000, holla at me. I talk sports.
There it is. You can holler at me. I'm at Diego Barish on Twitter. Don't forget to check out the AA Sportscast Facebook, Twitter, and IG page. Shout out to the Urban Arena crew, Left-Handed, McCole Monique, Kane and Ice at Get With It Sports.
We got to get some of the
Kane and Ice and Get With It Sports. And then last but not least, Big Q and I'm over at Team Boyd TV.
Should have had Big Q on the show to do the celebration for that game, but we're going to keep it moving. We got Baltimore this week.
Yeah, there it is. All right, people. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all be good. We'll holler at y'all Thursday night. AA Sports, baby. Straight sports, no chaser. We out. Peace.